out and on with your day. Lil Shavers Woodshop, 3301 Salisbury Highway in Statesville. Lil Shavers Woodshop, LILshavers.com.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Healed Exchange with Coach C, where hope, healing, and heartfelt conversations meet. I'm your host, Coach C, also known as Charlisa Herriott, the Crushing Chemo Chic. And this is the place where cancer champions, caregivers, supporters, and all of you who are thrivers come to be inspired, uplifted, and strengthened in spirit. Each week, we will bring you stories of resilience, practical strategies for wellness, and faith-centered encouragement to help you heal, become whole, and live well. I'm super excited about today because today is our premiere recording here. We are live. We have finally made it here, and I'm super excited for this first show. And I have my special guest here who's has taken the courage to step on and be the first guest here on the premiere show for the Healed Exchange. And our special guest is Nicholas Gongay. I'm sorry. All right. So Nicholas Gongay, you are originally from Cameroon, Africa. Okay.
Correct.
And you have moved here to the United States. And
Absolutely.
well, I want you to just introduce to us and let us know about your journey from Cameroon, Africa to here to the United States.
Sure. So, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure for me,
Oh, you're
especially
welcome.
on the first,
Yes.
episode of this. But yeah, my name is Nick Gongang, originally from Cameroon, Africa, where I was born and raised. I moved to the United States later on in life, for greener pastures,
Yes.
just to be able to, provide a better, future and opportunities for my family. I grew up in a very loving home. I am who I am because of the influence that I got from, my parents, my siblings, which are the values that I carry with myself up to this day. And I'm happy to be here. So,
Oh, awesome. And we're so happy and grateful that you're here as well.
yeah,
And so, when you made mention about the values
yeah,
that your parents have given you, um, speak on some of those values that they have instilled within you.
yeah. One of the biggest values that my parents, instilled in me was just to be able to care for others. Learning how to think outside of yourself. You know,
Yes.
um, I grew up in a household where we really had everything we needed. Like,
Mhm.
I never went a day without eating, but I also lived in a neighborhood where there were some kids who didn't have that. So my parents always reminded me, like, hey, you're privileged, but they are not undeserving.
Mm,
Okay, so
okay.
you have to make sure you feel for others, right?
Yes.
And so what my parents would do, especially my mom, some mornings, she would call, all the kids in the neighborhood, and she would cook, and she would have all of us sit down and eat together,
Yes.
just so you understand, like, hey, I didn't do anything to be in this position. They
Mm,
didn't do anything to be in that position.
right.
So always learning how to look at people with respect, humility, you know, and looking at people as yourself, never
Right.
trying to think as if you're superior to others,
Absolutely.
but having that humble attitude. And you talk about humility, you talk about love, like
Yes.
respect,
Yes.
so those values are the core values my parents, instilled in me growing up. Yeah.
Oh, great, great. And so you take that as part of your walk through life today.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. I think that's something that reflects, in the way that I carry myself, in the way I interact with people, in everything that I get involved in.
Okay.
I always try to make sure, I have those values aligned because, that's like who I am,
Yes.
beyond what I can say or whatever. What you keep of me is the interaction, how I make you feel
Yes.
after we met, So those are, the things I really hold on to. And I think that's what I'm gonna transmit to my children as well,
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. And you know that when you stick it, transmit that to the same with your children,
Yeah.
and it kind of reminds me to the statement is the gift of giving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so on this today for this premiere show, I want to really focus around the gift of giving. So we're in the season of giving,
Right.
and a lot of times when you're stating that growing up, it wasn't about judging you being higher, superior than others who may not have had as much as or been fortunate as you.
Yeah.
So we see a lot of that happening in society.
Right.
But I think that what the world really needs is to look at it from a different perspective
Right.
and see that whatever the gifts that lies within you, that those gifts can be a gift to someone else.
Absolutely.
Um, just like a child on Christmas morning, and they actually get so excited, looking to open up unwrap the gifts or the presents that they have, and then they'll go and share it. Because I remember during times when my childhood, Christmas morning, we'll go up and go into the den area and unravel the gifts that our parents have wrapped up,
Yeah.
and then I'll call my friends,
Yeah.
and like, hey, look and see what I have, because I'm
Yeah.
so excited about it.
Yeah.
So I think that when we look at life, what are the gifts that we have within us?
Right.
What are the gifts that we can share with someone else?
Right.
And so the gift of giving continues to give is the gift of love, the gift of courage, the gift of hope,
Absolutely.
the gift of kindness.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, those are the things that people really need than anything that's materialistic. You
Absolutely.
know, that's
Absolutely.
something that can be lasting.
Yeah.
Um, so if I were to ask you $1 million question,
Okay.
what would be that one gift that you have within you that you know that would be valuable for someone else?
I would say compassion.
Mm,
I would say compassion. Yeah. Compassion is, you know, is compassion is very it's a very important value that I really hold on to. Um my mom, growing up, she always taught me how to look at the pain through someone's smile.
ah,
Like, you can see someone smiling,
yeah,
but you should be able to read through someone's smile they're not doing okay. You see what
yes,
I'm saying?
yes,
So I have this thing of always being able to feel for others, always
right.
being able to be like, hey, I'm putting myself in their position, and I'm trying to feel what they can feel. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad you said that compassion. That is something that's very special. Well, we're going to take a break, and you are listening to WSIC Radio.
We'll be right back with more encouragement and inspiration from Coach C on the Healed Exchange, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, a couple of dry and chilly days on the way around Lake Norman. Plenty of sunshine for our Wednesday. We're on our way to the upper 40s for the afternoon. We'll drop back into the upper 20s around the lake overnight, and then partly cloudy with increasing clouds. Low 50s for our Thursday. Keeping a close eye on Friday mornings, some wintry mix, possible early in the morning, mainly north of the lake. Otherwise, a cold rain and upper 30s. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. The lighting of the Statesville Christmas tree is set for Thursday, December 4th in front of the Old County Courthouse. Enjoy holiday songs at 6 p.m., while the countdown to light the tree will be at 6:45. Downtown Statesville has extended shopping and dining hours Thursday for the annual Christmas tree lighting. Christmas in Davidson returns on Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. nightly. Opening ceremonies will be on December 4th with their tree lighting on the town green. Enjoy a holiday light show, roving entertainment, an artisan village, a children's craft area, and more. Visit townofdavidson.org for more details. Saturday, the Troutman Christmas Parade begins at 11 a.m. The procession is collecting toys for the Marine Corps Toys for Tots program. Click on troutmannc.gov for parade information. The 43rd Annual North Mecklenburg Holiday Parade will take place on Saturday at 1 p.m. The route begins on Main Street in Davidson and ends in Cornelius at Catawba Avenue. Call Davidson's Parks and Rec Department with questions at 704-892-3349. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now and runs through January 4th. The drive-through holiday light show features more than 5 million lights circling the iconic oval, pit road, and infield road course. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and information on Speedway Christmas. Join the Hickory Christmas Show to kick off the holiday season. Start a new family tradition with a visit to the show Friday through Sunday at the Hickory Metro Convention Center. Head to hickorychristmasshow.com for more information. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
We're back with the Healed Exchange, your midweek boost of hope, encouragement, and empowerment. WSIC Local starts here.
Welcome back to the Healed Exchange with Coach C. And we have our guest here on for this premiere show is Nick. Okay, Nick, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm great.
Okay, all right. I think we survived our first segment of it, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and we kind of left off with about when you spoke about compassion and that being one of the gifts that you feel that you can give to others.
Yeah.
And as I understand, when I was reading on your bio, and you shared about your mother,
Right.
and since this is the Heal Exchange, and we're speaking of those who have gone through certain journeys or treaded waters that may not necessarily have been as exciting or as favorable or easy to tread. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So, will you share with us, with your mother, her presence when she was here,
Yeah.
and what she meant to you?
Yeah. Oh, that's a deep question right there.
Okay.
I could talk about my mom all day, you know. But she was a great woman, you know. That's the least I can say about my mom. She was a great woman. She instilled so much in me. Everything that I am today, when it comes to the values I carry, like I said before, came from my mom. My mom poured in me work ethic. You know, my mom was a very hardworking woman. She never was contented with average. You know, my mom went back to school at 50 years old to get her
Wow.
degree.
Okay,
You know,
awesome.
so she, you know, where I come from, like, you know, in some parts of Africa, people, when they get to that age, they're thinking about retirement.
Yes.
But she told me, hey, I'm going to do it, you know?
Okay.
So she had that go-getting mentality, you
Right.
know, and she never let anything beat her up. And that's how she raised us. You know, sometimes when I was feeling a little sick, sometimes at home, and I'm just like, you know, mommy, I'm not feeling good. She'll be like, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Like, you know,
Yes.
get up and, you know, so she taught me that fighting spirit, you know,
Okay.
in life, never let things, you know, beat you up in life.
Yes.
It's okay to feel down sometimes, you know, but don't stay down.
Okay.
don't stay down. And her time on earth was short, but I'm
Yes.
grateful for it. I
Yes.
wish I had her, but I think she continues to live through me, with everything that she passed on me, that I
Right.
try to carry on every day.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, good. Now, we also know that your mother was a thriver
Right.
of cancer
Yeah.
and she was treaded the journey of leukemia.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so you were one of her caregivers,
Right.
who expressed that compassion to be there physically to help assist in um, her last days that she was here in the earth.
Yeah. So I'm gonna correct something right there.
Okay.
So when my mom got sick, I was over here
Okay.
and she was in Africa.
Okay.
So my mom got sick and she stayed sick for about 5 months in the hospital.
Mm,
And I was over here. So I have two siblings. I have an older sister and a younger sister.
okay.
Sandrine and Audrey, shout out to them.
Okay.
But my younger sister was the main physical caregiver for my mom.
Okay.
And so when I told you about transmitting compassion to kids, right?
Yes.
You don't realize that transmitting that compassion is also going to be helpful to you later on in life as a parent.
Right.
So when my mom was down, we had to organize ourselves as kids
Mm,
to see how we could provide the best care to my mom,
right.
right? I was over here.
Yes.
I was working hard,
Yes.
making sure financially she was very well taken care of.
Okay.
That's the most I could do,
Yes.
making sure mommy is taken care of. Anything that she needs is being taken care of.
Right.
My younger sister, she was making sure, okay, she was present for her.
Right.
She was feeding her. She was doing everything she needed.
Right.
My older sister almost lost her job at the time because she left her job many times to come see my mom.
Right. Hmm.
That tells you how compassionate we were even towards our own mom and how we made sure, she had everything she needed,
Right.
So I was a caregiver, yes, but I was doing the most I could being where I was, and my sisters too, they were doing the best they could, so yeah.
And I think it's also because like you always still had that title because you were giving in the means in which you could give at that time.
Absolutely.
And so if that was the financial means, then that was the need. And you were
Absolutely.
in the position to actually provide that. And
Absolutely.
whereas your sisters were there physically,
Yeah.
particularly one of them
Yeah.
who was the main caregiver there. So each one of you took on roles. So it
Absolutely.
wasn't so much pressure just upon one person.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it,
Yeah.
when you have family that can um, galvanize and rally around that person or that loved one who's going through the cancer journey
Yeah.
and help them to get to the point where they can uh, feel comfortable, feel loved,
Yeah.
uh, feel seen
Absolutely.
and heard
Yeah.
because those things are very special
Yeah.
when you're going through the journey. Now, I know that with that, your mom gave inspiration for
Absolutely.
you to come be over here to really work hard. And so now you are known as the founder and CEO,
Yeah.
of Easy Wedded,
Right.
right?
Right.
Well, tell us about what is Easy Wedded.
Yeah. So Easy Wedded is an all-in-one wedding planning platform.
Okay.
It's a SIMA 360 wedding hub, and basically what we do is we try to alleviate, the stress around the wedding planning process for couples and
Okay.
for vendors as well. So we help couples get in touch with the best vendors in the industry, but we also help couples streamline other aspects of their wedding, which they struggle with, like your guest list management, your cash funds, wedding website, everything digital. We try to make sure that the communication around your wedding is facilitated, with technology. We are really using the power of technology to help, couples in that process, and also vendors will seek more visibility. We're looking for tools that transcend just listing, but
Mhm.
also operational tools that helps them run your business on a day-to-day basis. So that's what we do, and
Okay.
that's something that I do today. You know, still in memory of my mom,
Yes.
because little story, when I graduated high school
Uh-huh.
and I had to go do software engineering,
Yes.
my mom bought my very first laptop.
Wow.
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 She
Awesome.
believed in me so much,
Yes.
and she always told me, I know you're gonna be okay.
Yes.
And she bought my laptop, and when I think of everything I do today, I think of her. So she has really been that person in my life who really really believed in the things that I was doing, and she showed it when she was here.
Right.
Yeah,
And that was the seed that she planted then. And now look
absolutely,
at the harvest of that seed,
absolutely.
that's flourishing here today.
Yeah,
Oh wow, that's healing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's when that healing comes forth. And
yeah,
I know that there's someone out there who's listening and can understand because they may find themselves too in that same position,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, for sure. And I'm not gonna sit right and tell you it doesn't hurt. Like when you watch your loved one going through all of that, and
Yes.
they fight and then they leave.
Right.
Sometimes you look at it and you hope they will be here. You
Yes.
hope they will make it. You hope they will survive it.
Right.
But when they leave, it tears your heart.
Yes.
My mom, I was the only son to my mom, right?
Ah,
And I was named after my mom's dad.
okay.
So my mom was my mom, but she was also my daughter. You know
Oh,
what I
wow.
mean? She was
Yeah.
also my daughter,
Yeah.
and she was my first girlfriend. You know what I
Right,
mean? So
right, right.
yeah, and she, so when she went away, I felt like part of me went away.
Mm,
And I had to take some time to really um, find it within me, think about how she would want me to survive this,
right.
because she always taught me to be a survivor, never to let anything beat me.
Yes.
So that's how I kind of found the courage to keep
Yes.
going. And especially on the last day she left, when she and I had a conversation, that's something I really carry with me as consolation every day.
Okay.
Is she told me, I was like, Mommy, what do you need? What do you need for me to do? And she told
Right.
me, let it go, son.
Mm,
You've done everything.
mm.
Those were the last words of my mom.
Wow.
And so when I think about it today and I reflect on it, I feel satisfied because I know wherever she is, she's satisfied,
Yes.
and she blessed me
Yes.
before she went. So
Yes.
I feel like everything I lay my hands on and I call her name
Yes.
is gonna be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
finding that power, w- in your grief, being able to channel
Right.
that very sad feeling
Right.
into something that can be your strength,
Mm.
you know, is that's what my journey has been, you know. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And I'm glad that you mentioned that because I'm quite sure that there's someone who's out there and they're maybe struggling with the loss of their loved one. And here's the holiday season,
right,
and that person is not there physically present. But you stated that she has given you a gift
right, right.
that kept on giving for your last conversation.
Yeah,
And so I'm hoping that someone else will hear that gift in their situation as well. But
absolutely.
we have a break to go to right now, and we'll be right back on WSIC Radio.
We'll be right back with more encouragement and inspiration from Coach C on the Healed Exchange, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, a couple of dry and chilly days on the way around Lake Norman. Plenty of sunshine for our Wednesday. We're on our way to the upper 40s for the afternoon. We'll drop back into the upper 20s around the lake overnight, and then partly cloudy with increasing clouds. Low 50s for our Thursday. Keeping a close eye on Friday mornings. Some wintry mix possible early in the morning, mainly north of the lake. Otherwise, a cold rain and upper 30s. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Give the gift of wow. Shop at Harrison's. They'll be all smiles in new Carhartt. Herriott has layers they'll love, and there's nothing merrier than a pair of Tacovas. Find gifts for everyone at the home of Work Western and Wow in Mooresville or at harrisonsusa.com.
Inspire your team and gallop to greatness. Our horses at Willow Equine are outstanding at working with people on leadership and team building skills, perfect for corporate retreats. Visit willowequine.com as you gallop to greatness.
Jay White here from Central Line Realty. We're right in the center of North Carolina, and we put you at the center of everything we do. If you're selling a home, buying a home, or adding doors to your rental portfolio, put the team at Central Line Realty to work for you. Go to centrallinerealty.com and let's get started.
Need a ride? iCats has you covered. Tuesdays to the VA in Salisbury, Thursday to Winston-Salem, and Fridays to Hickory. Plus, run errands every day around Iredell County for just $1. Visit rideicats.com.
Jack Frost loves catching unprepared homes. A furnace that sputters, a heat pump that strains, it's his playground. Beat him to it with a fall maintenance check from Horn Heating and Air Conditioning. Fall into the season of ah. Visit hornhvac.com, where your comfort is our business.
Special buy Randy Marion Chevrolet of Statesville and Randy Marion Chevrolet of Mooresville 2024 brand new Chevrolet Malibus. These are the LTs starting at $19,988. That's right, $19,988 brand new, not a pre-owned car. Malibu starting at $19,988. That's right, Statesville Chevy, Mooresville Chevy. Come see us today, pick the color, drive it home, you got it. King of price, king of deals. Randy Marion Chevrolet of Statesville, Randy Marion Mooresville.
We speak fluent Fix-It. House Doctors of Mooresville handles repairs, renovations, property maintenance, and more. Ceiling fans, shelves, full room makeovers. We have the experience, tools, and insured background check team to transform your space. 1-year guarantee ensures it's done right the first time. Visit housedoctors.com/Mooresville.
Hello everyone, this is Joshua Doby, president of North Main Financial Group. At North Main Financial Group, we move to where you need us. Investment management, insurance planning, and estate strategies. No two people are the same, so we customize our planning based upon your needs. Reach out to us at northmainfinancial.com. That's northmainfinancial.com.
The button pushing stops here.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Markets are mixed this hour, but a slew of economic data is doing little to alter bets that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates in its final policy meeting of 2025. Bitcoin's also trading at a 2-week high. The token trading at about $93,000 this morning. It's now around $92,000. The crypto market seeing a recovery from a weeks-long sell-off that started in early October. TikTok will invest about $38 billion to build a data center in Brazil, marking its first project in Latin America. It's partnering with one of Brazil's leading renewable energy providers and will fully rely on clean energy from wind energy parks. Brazil is considered one of the most dynamic digital markets in the world. And Hyundai plans to start selling a 4-wheeled robot powered by artificial intelligence next year. The mobile eccentric droid can be used for tasks like deliveries and filmmaking due to its autonomous navigation and integrated sensors. Hyundai hopes to sell about 10,000 of them in 3 years. Monica Ricks, Bloomberg Radio.
Don't miss a thing. Download the WSIC News app today. WSIC. Local starts here.
We're back with the Healed Exchange, your midweek boost of hope, encouragement, and empowerment. WSIC Local starts here.
Okay. Welcome back to the Healed Exchange with Coach C. And we have our guest here with us today, and it's Nick and Nicholas Gange. And we're so super excited to have him here. Before the commercial break, we were talking about one of his businesses that he has founded under the, I would say, the auspices of his mother's spirit that she has gifted unto him.
Right.
And so we know that you have a second business.
Absolutely.
And that's Desiree Technologies.
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that one?
Absolutely. So, Desiree Technologies is a software development company. We primarily help businesses with, website, web development, mobile app development, and also digital marketing. I founded Desiree Technologies, as me paying homage to my mom. My mom's name was Desiree.
Okay.
So I told you how she believed in me.
Yes.
My mom was the first person that was able to reap the fruits of what I did. I remember my very first gig when I started hustling as a freelancer.
Yeah.
I offered a gift to my mom.
Wow.
I was like, Mommy, this is the first fruit I'm having.
Yes.
So when she passed, and just knowing how she believed in me, I wanted to build something that carried her soul, and that's why I decided to name this company Desiree Technologies, to
Yeah.
honor my mom. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. So, what you have taken the pain that you had experienced and found the purpose
Right.
that stemmed from it. And so that's giving you life here
Yeah.
yet today.
Yeah.
And I know that there may be someone who's out there, and when you talk about going through grief,
Yeah.
it can be a challenge, and everyone's experience or their walk with grief is different.
Absolutely.
So we don't necessarily go through the exact stages of grief as is outlined.
Right.
So I want you to share with maybe that male, and I want you to specifically speak to a male because sometimes men kind of be quiet about some things,
Oh
keep their
yeah.
emotions,
Right.
you know, um, you know, closed in and may not be as expressive.
Right.
So for that man who may be having a challenge or a difficult moment of expressing themselves, especially with the loss of their mother,
Right.
what would you say to him?
Um, I know we live in a society where, as you said, men don't really express themselves. Like, men shy away from just communicating their emotions.
Yeah.
But one thing I would say that really helped me when I was grieving, and going through all of this was just thinking about the positive moments with my mom.
Okay.
I still have my mom's voice notes in my phone.
Mm.
So a lot of times, I could be going through something and I just listen to her voice when she and I were having like a normal conversation,
Yeah.
and that is gonna uplift me, right? Um, Doing prayers for her.
Okay.
I remember a year after my mom passed away, I had a memorial service for my mom and I had like a whole party for her. And
Wow.
that was closure for me.
Yes.
And I remember because, we live in a spiritual world too. So I remember my mom coming to my dreams and just thanking me,
Ah.
and she was
Yeah.
just thanking me because I had her artifacts at her party, at her memorial. I had
Okay.
her artifacts like, her jewelries and everything.
Yes.
And she came in my dream dressed with the dress that I had for her that
Okay.
day, sitting on her throne and everything. And
Oh.
she was like, very happy. She was sharing food to people. And I
Yes.
could see some of the people at the memorial.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Yes.
That's how I knew what I did got to her. And I
Okay.
could see her smile.
Mm.
Because one thing about cancer is that it can really change you
Yes.
physically.
Absolutely.
I watch my mom just changing every day.
Wow.
And I couldn't do nothing about it.
Mm.
It
Mm-hmm.
was really painful just watching how she was very beautiful, by the way. She was very gorgeous, so
Yes.
just watching how she was changing every day. And, I was like, oh my God. But
Wow.
when I saw her in my dream, she was smiling and I could see
Mm.
her complexion back and
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
And that really brought consolation to me. And I
Okay.
felt like I did something for her.
Right.
And it brought me peace too.
Oh, good.
So
Yes.
little moments like that,
Right.
help you get over it. But
Yes.
also, it is fair to express yourself.
Yes.
Grief is something you'll never understand if you haven't been through it.
True.
It's very complex.
Yes.
Some days are rough, some days are better,
Right.
but you learn to live with it.
Yes.
And just knowing that that person is never coming back,
Mm.
it's hard to accept it.
Right.
But you just have to do what you have to do. And that goes back to the way I was raised too.
Yes.
My mom always told me, I want you to be able to survive if I'm not here.
Right.
So she didn't give me everything I wanted.
Yeah.
She gave me what I needed. You know,
That's good.
my dad
Yeah.
too, you know, they gave me
Yeah.
what I needed,
Right.
but they didn't give me everything I wanted.
Yes.
And they always told me, you should be able to survive if I'm not here.
Right.
So just the thought of that makes you realize, hey, I can't let them down. Like, you know,
Yes.
and after that too, you know, I have a family, you know, I have my dad. My dad is here, my sisters are here.
Okay.
I have things to look up to,
Right.
you
Right.
know, and they look up to me.
Awesome.
So I can't let them down, you know. So sometimes, you know, it still goes back to, you know, think it outside of yourself. Like, you know, I feel this way for sure, but if I give up right now, what's going to happen to the other ones? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it's not only about you at that point, it's
Right.
about you surviving because you want to make sure that, you know, others can copy the example
Yes.
from you,
Yes.
you know. So I would tell you, my brother out there, express yourself.
Yes.
Don't shy away from your feelings. You know, try to get the closure you need with
Right.
your loved one. Pray for them. Do some things in your name. You
Yes.
know, it's really gonna make you feel better too.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. And it's finding that niche, you know, where
absolutely.
you can really
Yeah,
thrive,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that soft spot
yeah,
that you can really thrive at. And continue to go because you can see that there's life even beyond the loss of a loved one.
absolutely.
There's life even beyond, I love to say, a diagnosis, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
And so we just have to find what is life for me in this season.
absolutely,
Yeah. And
absolutely.
so I'm grateful to hear that you have, you know, overcame those challenges and that you have found that sweet spot within your life
Yeah,
and that you can really thrive now. And then you are also reassured that, you know, from your mother's presence and her appearance that she is well pleased
Abs-
with you
absolutely,
and what you've done.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. That's a
Yes.
big consolation to me.
Right.
You know, I will share a story with you, okay?
Okay.
So, I remember when I was still in Africa, I was doing some stuff on my computer one day,
Yes.
and my mom saw what I was doing. I was actually helping a friend out with an obituary.
Okay.
So she knew I was a great designer with stuff.
Yes.
So she came and she was like, "Oh, you working?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this obituary." And she was like, "Oh, I know the day I'm gonna go, you're gonna do something great for me."
Oh, wow.
So the day my mom passed away,
Hmm.
it just came back in my mind. I was like, "Oh," and I didn't have no one else do her obituary but me.
But you, wow.
And while I was doing it, I would look at her pictures. I would cry sometimes, but I was
Hmm.
like, I know you want me to do it. So I'm
Yes.
going to do it. I'm going to push through.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is throughout the process, even when she was down, she had hope.
Mm,
You know,
that's key.
she had hope. She
That's
had
key.
hope. And she always made me to understand that in every situation,
Yes.
there is hope. So even when I was going through everything with her, like, you know, and, you know, just watching her and everything, I said to myself, it's possible. It's
Right.
possible for you to rise above this and do this because you're honoring her. And that's what she
Right.
will want.
Right.
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 Yeah.
I
So,
love that she has hope. You always have hope. That's the thing. That's something that we can hold on to no matter the situation or the circumstances. You always have something to hold on to that keeps you going for the next day, the next moment, the next minute is hope. Well, we're going to break on a commercial right now, and you're listening to WSIC Radio.
We'll be right back with more encouragement and inspiration from Coach C on the Healed Exchange, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, a couple of dry and chilly days on the way around Lake Norman. Plenty of sunshine for our Wednesday. We're on our way to the upper 40s for the afternoon. We'll drop back into the upper 20s around the lake overnight, and then partly cloudy with increasing clouds. Low 50s for our Thursday. Keeping a close eye on Friday mornings, some wintry mix, possible early in the morning, mainly north of the lake. Otherwise, a cold rain and upper 30s. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. The lighting of the Statesville Christmas tree is set for Thursday, December 4th in front of the Old County Courthouse. Enjoy holiday songs at 6 p.m., while the countdown to light the tree will be at 6:45. Downtown Statesville has extended shopping and dining hours Thursday for the annual Christmas tree lighting. Christmas in Davidson returns on Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. nightly. Opening ceremonies will be on December 4th with their tree lighting on the town green. Enjoy a holiday light show, roving entertainment, an artisan village, a children's craft area, and more. Visit townofdavidson.org for more details. Saturday, the Troutman Christmas Parade begins at 11 a.m. The procession is collecting toys for the Marine Corps Toys for Tots program. Click on troutmannc.gov for parade information. The 43rd annual North Mecklenburg Holiday Parade will take place on Saturday at 1 p.m. The route begins on Main Street in Davidson and ends in Cornelius at Catawba Avenue. Call Davidson's Parks and Rec Department with questions at 704-892-3349. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now and runs through January 4th. The drive-through holiday light show features more than 5 million lights circling the iconic oval, pit road, and infield road course. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and information on Speedway Christmas. Join the Hickory Christmas Show to kick off the holiday season. Start a new family tradition with a visit to the show Friday through Sunday at the Hickory Metro Convention Center. Head to hickorychristmasshow.com for more information. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Looking for an upscale night out? Welcome to VIN 110 in Cornelius, Lake Norman's destination for great drinks, great buys, and live music. With over 500 whiskeys, 100 wines, a full craft cocktail list, and small plates kitchen, we built something special. Enjoy live music every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, monthly comedy nights, and curated wine and whiskey tastings. VIN 110, where your night becomes the main event. Find us at 19712 1 Norman Boulevard, Suite 110 in Cornelius.
We're back with the Healed Exchange, your midweek boost of hope, encouragement, and empowerment. WSIC Local starts here.
Okay, welcome back to the Healed Exchange with Coach C. And I am your host, and we have our special guest with us here for our premiere show. My goodness. Well, we have Nicholas Gangay. We're so excited to have you here, and we had such a rich conversation that we had going on, and super excited about that. Well, let me see now. Since you said that you're the owner of Easy Wed,
Right.
just curiosity, there may be some listeners who's out there.
Yeah.
Are you wedded yourself?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But here's the thing.
Okay.
I experienced frustration from very close ones. Right. I saw my cousin, she was getting married. I saw her struggling.
Yes.
And me being a software engineer, she came to me seeking for solutions. So I find myself in that space and I could read the frustration. And when I was helping out, I was like, man, I don't understand how something so joyful can be so broken.
Wow.
So I think there is an opportunity here to create something
Right.
that can help people go through this process stress-free.
Yeah.
Because it's your wedding, right? It's supposed to be
Right.
joyful, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of eliminated that stress, so where people can actually focus and breathe, and kind of flow, through the love
Yeah.
and the preparation
Yeah.
for that special day and that special moment.
Absolutely.
Oh, awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So with that, so have you found that, what have the feedback came back from, even from your friend
Oh yeah.
with that?
Oh yeah. I will tell you, it's been amazing.
Mhm.
It's a very disruptive technology we are putting out there.
Okay.
We have a few couples that are trying it out right now, and they love it.
Oh, wow.
They love it. They're like,
Okay.
oh wow, this is, because just to, cite like one example, we have a concept of digital wedding invitations right now. So
Okay.
when you think about how people spend thousands of dollars to print out invitations and, mail them out and everything, you don't
Right.
have to do that anymore. We have a
Oh,
whole digital collection of beautifully curated designs that you can, choose from and, send it to whatever number of guests you have on one click and
oh,
track all the responses and everything instantly. So that
okay.
takes away a lot of weight from you.
Right. And
Yeah,
streamlining
streamlining
everything.
everything,
Yes.
and that's just one aspect of what we are doing.
Okay.
So that's one feature, couples are raving for, like, oh man, like this is amazing.
Yes.
And one thing we have upcoming is, the live streaming feature we
Okay.
are working on. Because a lot of times maybe granny can make it to the wedding.
Right. Right.
Sometimes you have family, in another part of the world,
Yes.
and you don't want them to wait for the videographer to work on the videos before they can have it, before they can see it. So
Right.
if they
Right.
can be part of it and have that sense of being part of the moment, that would
Yes.
be awesome. So that's that's
Absolutely.
that's one thing we are working on as well. So we are really trying to create, like, a different experience when it comes to, the way, the organization is, around weddings,
Okay.
and really try to facilitate that process so the couple can really just sit in their excitement
Yes.
and we do the heavy lifting for them.
Oh,
So
great. That's good to know.
yeah.
All right, Charlotte, you hear it now.
Yeah.
Easy
Yeah.
wed,
Easy
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 wed.
wedded, easywedded.com. Check it out.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give that website again.
Easywedded.com.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome,
planning
awesome.
can be easy. That's our tagline. So
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
because planning is known as being very stressful,
Right, right.
but we are trying to make sure it's easy for everyone. So
I love it. I love it
yeah,
because that's what it's about, finding where the problem is. And if you have
absolutely,
a solution to it,
absolutely,
then that's where people are really, that what sells.
absolutely,
Yeah, you selling the
absolutely,
solution,
absolutely,
to someone's problem to make their experience easier.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
That's
That's exactly what we are doing. That's our mantra.
okay. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. So, and then with your Desiree Technologies, how
Yes.
is that coming along? Any, uh, you know,
Yeah.
special things coming with that, or
Yeah, yeah. So the Zero Technologies is actually the mother company.
okay?
Okay. EasyWeather.com is a product
Oh,
of the
okay.
Zero Technology. Because remember, I told you the Zero Technologies is a software development company.
Yes.
So we are helping people, we are creating solutions for people.
Right.
But we were like, okay, this is a problem I'm able to identify and I want to be able to address it. And
Okay.
so that's how we created Easy Weather. So Easy Weather is really like, our main actuality right now. It's our
Yes.
main update. Like, that's like our biggest news right now.
Right.
The whole team is focused on that. It's
Okay.
very exciting.
Yes.
We have a few brighter shows coming up where we have to be part of. So it's really what we are working on right now. Like that's the big thing for us right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because we know the need is there. We
Right.
know how helpful it's gonna be. And us being a technology company, we want to be able to use what we have, what we know best
Okay.
to resolve these problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so there's not many competitors as that are out there that kind of tapping into that.
Yeah. I
Or you're
mean,
doing it
yeah, we're doing
with
it
a special
different. Yeah,
different.
we
Yes.
have a special touch. You always want to make sure you come into the space with something different.
Yes.
I think that's a business rule. That's a basic business rule for everyone who's trying to do business, right? Like
Right.
trying to make sure you're doing something different than what others are doing. They could be doing something similar, but
Okay.
you need to have that added value.
Yes.
That thing people can feel like, oh wow, I want this. And one thing we are doing is we were able to get everything under one umbrella. So
Okay.
easyweather.com is a one-stop shop when it comes to wedding planning,
Yes.
right? We want you to be able to find all the tools you need right here.
Okay.
You don't need to juggle between multiple tools. And I think that's one area where we are winning right now,
Oh,
in
that sets you
comparison to,
apart.
yeah, exactly, to other
Yes. Yes.
platforms. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. And that way you can continue to thrive down that, road path and get it to where more and more people are hearing it and being aware that you do exist out there.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. All right. So just tell me, Nick, what are your plans for the upcoming year for 2026?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, professionally, just putting more effort in what we are doing.
Okay.
And then, we're in a gifting season. Like,
Yes.
you were talking about gifting earlier.
Yes.
I want to be more involved, in
Okay.
giving, not
Okay.
really material,
Right.
but, just putting out more love out there,
Yes.
because people go through a lot, I go
Right.
through a lot, but, just having that sense of compassion towards people, and reinforcing that, that's something I
Yes.
really want to do. Yeah, and I'm excited for the future, I'm excited with everything we have coming up, with especially Easy With It, I feel like
Yes.
my soul is tied to it.
Yes.
It's really something that's bigger than me.
Right. Right.
It's bigger
Right.
than me, so
Right.
there's a lot of, things we're expecting, positive things we are, dreaming about, and we know it's gonna come to pass, So
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. Well, I love that. I love that. I'm telling you, that's good news to hear, and that you want to give out more love and
yeah,
compassion,
yeah,
because I think the world definitely needs that
yeah,
more so now, and that's the gift that keeps on giving.
actually,
You know,
yeah,
when we can actually show love not only for ourselves but even for others,
absolutely.
because there are some people who are really deprived of that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely deprived of
oh
that.
yeah.
So if I were to say, just to ask you a fun question, and you can let me know, would you prefer the beach or the mountains?
The beach.
The beach.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay. Uh, let's see, if you would say winter or summer.
summer,
Summer.
summer. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. I don't do too well with cold, so
Oh, really? I understand. I know that. I don't do too well with it either.
yeah.
Okay. And then I would say, what's one place that you really want to visit that you have not visited yet?
I wish I could go to heaven and just pay a visit to my loved
Mm.
ones,
Oh, yeah.
but the time is not now.
Right. We want to push it. We want to
Wait,
push it. Yeah.
but I think the world is a beautiful place. I know there are many places I want to visit, but I want to go to the Caribbeans.
Okay.
Like, I want to visit the Caribbeans. I want to
Yes.
go to Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
That's one place I really want to visit. Yeah,
Right. That's on
sure.
my list too, I tell you. All right. Now, Nicholas, if you can just let us know how we can get in contact with you on social media.
Yeah, so our social media page is Easy With It. My personal social media page is Nick hyphen Going Gang. Our website www.easywithit.com.
Okay.
We have an inquiry form on there.
Okay.
You can send us an email at
Okay.
info@easywithit.com.
Okay.
And we'll definitely be sure to reach out back to you.
All
Sure.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we thank you so much. What a powerful conversation that we had with you. We thank you for being our guest and blessing us with your testimony. This is the place, this is the Healed Exchange. We create this space where real stories bring real healing. To every cancer champion listening today, remember you are not alone. You are loved, and you are walking towards healing every day. I am Coach C, and this is the Healed Exchange on WSIC Radio. See you
Thanks
Thursday.
for spending part of your holiday season with us. You can hear this full episode, plus previous ones, on the WSIC News app. WSIC